Right. Oh, and we're live. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at SpeedGaming for another wonderful Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer race. My name is Marion, but you might have known that already. And joining me today, we've got a new face in the Echoes commentary booth. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, good to see you, Marion. I'm a PC 1997, first time commentating an Echo stream, especially on alternate settings, so looking forward to a good race today.
Absolutely. And our tracker today, you might have seen him around a bit, but working in the background today, we have the wonderful Pierre. So we won't be hearing Pierre today, but he'll be keeping track of all our lovely items that we'll be seeing throughout today's run. Now, real quick, what do we have going on today? Well, I'll sure as well tell you. With our race today, we're looking at alternate settings. Now, with alternate settings, what does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have a little bit of an awkward start. Our starting location can be one of 268 different rooms. We're going to start anywhere that we want. So it could be Sank, it could be over an Inghive, maybe some Dark Aegon. Who knows? It's a wonderful mystery to us. But the bright side is final bosses are removed as far as the latest information. So no final bosses. That means Light Suit might not be required, and logic could be a little bit flawed without it. We might see Light Suit. We might not. Who knows? Multiplayer items have been shuffled as usual, so unlimited beam ammo, unlimited missiles, double damage, cannonball. All of them could be anywhere that we like. Now, that being said, PC, what do you expect for today? What are you hoping for?
Well, always fun when you start in the Dark World with no E and various suit. Can also be a lot of fun to see some of those bosses you don't always get to see until late game. We have some Aegon estimates, predictions in the chat, as well as some Dark World starts as well. Those are always fun, especially when you're tracking and someone takes a death and you have to remember what they had before they last saved.
That's absolutely fair. Now, I did forget to mention a little bit of key information. Random start items, we have 1 to 3. It could be as low as 1, but as high as 3. That's going to help predict where we're going to end up starting for our early game. Elevators have been shuffled, if I'm reading this correctly. Nope. No, elevators are two-way between regions, except for 4 of them, which includes the credits, Sky Temple credits, and the area elevators to prevent broken logic. And translator gates. Translators are randomized, so we could end up having a cobalt door over in Aegon. We could have an amber door over in Torvus. We're going to find out very quickly. With that being said, the countdown has started. We're going to get right into the heat of this race in just about 15 seconds. So sit back, get yourself a glass of water or some iced tea. Remember to stay hydrated. Sit back and let the fun begin. I will mention, if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, or inquiries, please don't hesitate to post them below. We'll try our best to help answer them as we come across them. But we are starting with Space Jump. Well, that could be one of anything.
Very, very helpful movement system to start with.
And I believe we're picking up the feedback off of Bruh's mic today.
Nice start.
Yeah, we are. We're picking up Bruh's feedback. But starting, we are over in Temple Grounds in the Hive Chamber loop. We're immediately going to roll from Command Center straight to Hive Chamber B and progress forward into...
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
We're going to move right into early Temple Grounds. So, let's see how this plays out. As far as tracking goes, it may be a little bit delayed as Pierre is currently unavailable. But we will get this tracker updated as fast as possible, so please bear with us if the tracker is not accurate. As I will be running double duty today. And it looks like we already have 2 routing differences. Bruz decided to go up top and check the loop to go to the landing site. In exchange, Nye skipped that information and has decided to go straight to Temple Assembly site. Now that's going to help him. That's going to help us later, now that we know we really want Cobalt to start off with. And TAS appears to be an item which I can't readily see. But
no, I'm not able to see that, but it looks like pick it up here in a second.
Oh,
And
bombs!
We got morph ball bombs.
Oh,
Wow.
Those are huge. All right, morph ball bombs on Temple Assembly site. Now, the good thing about that is, with us having space jump, where we can go through practically all of the entirety of Temple grounds. You know, space jump gets us through all of the early game locks.
And missile launcher. Not an expansion, so that's the launcher. That puts a lot of stuff in logic.
Yes, and does.
And let's see what we got on Nye's side. I could not read that in time.
It looked like it was a key. I'm trying to keep our tracker updated. So, both runners have bombs. Yes, they do. And I'm fairly certain both of them also have missiles now. Oh, and
Yes.
Cobalt locked behind missiles. Nice. That's going to get us into 2 elevators plus a continuation for landing site. And also we have Temple Transport Violet.
Transport Violet. Yep.
That's going to lead us right into Great Temple.
A little bit of divergence at the beginning, but they've now they're running alongside each other right now. We'll see what's up in the little alcove there.
Yep, we're going to go straight for main power bombs. That's going to help us defeat Albert right away. We can do the quick kill method on him.
Yeah, no problems there. And we don't have to deal with the Echo's drop system being finicky when you only have 1 power bomb.
That's absolutely fair, my friend.
Yep, alright, well that was easy.
Yeah, it's important to note during testing, it's power bomb hitboxes and screw attack hitboxes were messed around with a lot. And a lot of the places haven't had them removed. This includes Albert the Alpha Splinter. So if you're able to somehow get power bombs early, which is easy by going out of bounds in Dynamo Chamber, we can use a power bomb on Albert and just one-shot KO him.
Light beam ammo expansion, that won't be helpful just yet, but adding in the fun limited ammo situation into Echoes, always good to have those expansions ready to go. And what do we see on UMOS?
UMOS has a missile, and Nye does not want it. But bro's going to pick it up.
Missile and a clue.
No, we can't get the clue,
Or not a
unfortunately.
clue.
No, in alternate settings, Violet
Sorry,
Translator.
We don't have Amber yet. We don't have Violet.
Nope. In alternate, Violet has been shuffled. Now, we do start with it in standard, but alternate has been shuffled.
Bombs, we can go ahead and check what's under the save station.
More missiles!
And just
Yay!
missiles.
Alright, now bruh's going to go in and lower some gates, and we're going to check some elevators. Over on Nye's side, we see transport to Torvis for Torvis Gate. That's going to get us right into the far side of Temple Grounds. That should get us over to the, if I'm correct, that should go to Meeting Grounds.
I believe so, yes.
And it looks like Nye's going to take a save warp over to Command Center. That's pretty smart on Nye's side. We figured out the elevator information, and we realized we don't want to go here yet. And I'm incorrect. Torvis Gate goes to where Torvis entrance normally is. And unfortunately, we do need a translator to get through there, and it's better just to come back and not take the loop, as there's nothing we can really do on that side of Temple Grounds right now. We don't have supers, we don't have light beams, so it's not a good way to go. But STK1, Hive Chamber B. So go ahead and write that down for your notes. Your STK number 1, Hive Chamber B. Alrighty, and with that being said, Pierre has joined us. Alrighty, so I don't need to pull up this tracker anymore. Alright, and we're going to see our flying in cache contains some sort of related upgrade. Unfortunately, we didn't get to read it that fast, but that's okay. Alrighty, the tracker has now been fully updated, so we're good to go on that side. We have transport to Aegon Temple access. Alrighty, Aegon Temple access. That should lead us right to ventilation area A. Yep. Which, nothing we can do there. We don't have light beam or dark beam for either side.
Dark ammo expansion in the missile crate at the compound. Maybe go ahead and duplicate that item, pick up 2 of them.
It's important to note what Bruz's doing here on the left. You see us going through the map station here at GFMC compound. Now, as compared to other settings, when elevators are randomized, getting a map station for that region will give you the elevator destination. Now, that's going to be great information for Bra, as we're going to figure out every single elevator in Temple Grounds and where they're going. And it looks like the entrance to Aegon's all the way over on Meeting Grounds. Unfortunately, we can't get there quite yet. Nye has decided to take the transport, the vanilla Aegon entrance, which in turn goes to Aegon Temple, which is ventilation area A. We're going to get the item up here and then progress on forward. It looks, oh, we've got our Seeker launcher up here. Well, would you look at that?
There we go. So we won't be needing to screw attack through some of those locks.
Absolutely true.
Route missiles.
Unfortunately, as stated, we don't have light beam, we don't have dark beam. We cannot progress further through Aegon Wastes from that side. We have a missile expansion on top of Grand Wind Chamber on Bruz's side, and we're going to see a trick known as an extended dash. So what we did here, we forced Samus into the ground while using Scan Visor. We got a little bit of extra height and distance while using an L, I believe it's an L dash. And that in turn is going to let us lock our what am I trying to say? Lock our angle while increasing momentum and speed. That's a technical word for it.
First E-Tank showing up in a Wind Chamber Gateway on Bruz's side.
Lovely. All right,
so
predictions.
A little bit of safety in the Dark World.
All right, let's see. Early predictions. What do we have route-wise? Well, right now we're just going through Temple Grounds cleanup, seeing what we can and can't do. Now, thanks to the power bombs, we can get the check here on Dynamo Chamber. Now, if Dynamo Chamber hides anything useful, that tells us exactly where we want to go next. Other than that, we're just going to clean up compound. We can go through communications area. Hive Chamber B, which we know is an SDK. Nope, it's just dark ammo, so nothing too useful. I would say that, no, that's a dark door. We can't go through that route. Let's see, that goes to Taurus. I'd say it's possible that we may need to go back to Great Temple and take the elevators up there. Oh, we have a beam-related upgrade on.
It looks like we're getting blocked in most of the paths here.
Yeah, we're getting a handful of them. Oh, and that's nice. We have ammunition on compound crate. Now, that's going to be nice as we can duplicate it. Which we have done successfully. For those of you new or unaware, in Compound, there's a little trick called a slope jump. We can use that slope jump to bypass the cutscene trigger for the crate. Now, what good does that do? Well, if it's got anything useful in it, let's say missiles, any sort of expansion, a suit, or you have progressive grapple, you can use that slope jump, skip the cutscene trigger, get the crate item, then go back, trigger the cutscene, and that cutscene has an internal flag where it respawns the crate and the item within it, allowing you to pick it up twice, and the game counts any progressive item or expansion as 2. So, congratulations, you just get a freebie.
Only way to get 101% in the game.
That's extremely easy to do. All right, so it looks like elevator-wise, looks like Bruz decided to take the first steps into Aegon through Vent Area A, pick up the Seeker Launcher, and then we're going to head right back out. And I'm going to go back for that bunny hop extended dash, and we're going to continue on forward to Wind Chamber Gateway, where we know that E-Tank is, thanks to Bra. So right now, both runners are just flip-flopping, following each other's steps. Our biggest hope right now, we really want to get to Aegon entrance if possible. We really want to find Cobalt, which we have. So I would say our plan of attack here, no, because that's super locked. And that's Seeker locked, which we can't do Hall of Honored yet. We don't have Boost Ball. Right now, Temple Grounds is the best bet. What are you thinking, PC? Where should these runners be heading?
Well, it looks like they're each cleaning up each other's loops at this point. I think it would be smart to head towards Torvis. It seems like we had a lot of different elevators that were heading that way, and a bunch of early checks available there. Aegon's not too bad of a bet either. Haven't seen many portals, not that we have any way to access them, though. Bro's going to be picking up his first STK as well.
Oh, I think I see the route that these runners need to take. I agree with you on that Torvis play. Now I just found an elevator for Torvis Temple access. Now we could... No, we can't do that. We could if Underground Tunnel is Cobalt, but even then, we're still stuck behind Light Beam and or Supers. So...
Right, and a lot of these checks are locked behind Supers, especially in Temple Grounds, but also in Torvis as well, since logically that's where you're supposed to get the item.
Right, yeah.
So, need a way to bypass some of those, because we also had an access to Torvis through the Great Temple as well, if they warp to start.
It might be possible that if that's a Torvis entrance elevator, if you transport Violet, Aegon Temple, which we can't do, Aegon entrance off of Meeting Grounds, but we can't get to Meeting Grounds, which is a problem. And we're having a little bit of latency issues on my side. So bear with us on that. Yeah, Aegon Temple access we can't use, sadly. And Hive Chamber B, we could go out of bounds for it, but yeah, I think that's what Nye's going to do. Logical, no. Possible, yes. There's an out of bounds in Command Center where we can jump on top of the central electrical platform, which has the Federation computers and whatnot in the center of the room. There's some standable tricks we can use to get on top of that, go out of bounds, get all the way up to Hive Tunnel, bypass the translator doors, and effectively just continue forward. But if I'm correct, we don't need to do any of that, as this should be Cobalt. Yep, we're good. Okay, there's our route then. Unlock door plus Cobalt door equals landing site, which in turns use standables to get into... Well, we still got to figure out a way past that super door, though. Well, we had the right track. we had the right track.
If we can get supers around here, then that would definitely put all that in logic. Bro, head straight to Torvis and Nye's and landing site.
Yeah, but Underground Tunnel.
Standables. Let's see if we can get this clue here. That's going to be in Defiled Shrine, did that say?
No! Oh no! I think I see what it's
say? I
doing!
missed
Oh, I think the game's being dead-end checks. Okay, so
Is
for
it
wondering
really?
what's... I think, yeah, it depends on what's in the tree. It depends on what's here in Torvis Grove. This has to be Boost Ball. Or at least please tell me that's what it is. Ah, dang it. Okay. That's still hilarious, Ray. That's brilliant. Yeah, I saw it.
Attack. All right.
So to explain what just happened in the last few minutes, over on the left side with Bruh, you're trying to figure out where you want to go, right? You don't exactly have many options available to you. Well, here's the problem. Torvis is open on Torvis Temple access. We have Seekers, right? So we go through that, and there's only one check we can do there, Underground Tunnel. Now, Underground Tunnel is locked by Cobalt, the only translator that we have. Now, in order to progress to that, we need Light Beam, because Torvis Underground Tunnel has a Light Beam room. Light Beam's here on Underground Tunnel. It's a dead-end check. It's the last possible location for it. So, in turn, you have to go to Torvis because that's your progression with all dead-end checks. Now, he hasn't figured that out yet. It's not clearly evident. So, to explain it in basic terms, you have to go to Torvis and dead-end yourself. That way you get all your progression and keep going forward. If any of that makes sense.
You think to check.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Rud took that risk, which yielded Screw Attack, Light Beam, and Supers behind the portal. So that opened up a lot of this area here. And again, like you said earlier, getting the map station, huge help for when the elevator's been randomized. So we have a Sanctuary entrance and Sanctuary Vault. So everything from Torvis leads to Sanctuary.
I'm sorry, that was just a hilarious routing. I'm sorry for taking so much time on that.
No, that is.
I want to check a key
rough.
right away. Yeah.
Get a dark Torvis key.
Yeah, so the sad thing is, now he's got to go all the way back to Torvis Temple access to continue forward. It's going to be there's Dark Beam here on Abandoned Work Site.
There's the Dark Beam. And there's the Dark Beam in Torvis. All right, everything is open now. Nothing exactly off bounds except for the Morph Ball and a couple grapples here and there, along with translators. But we can open.
Well, the good thing is, well, except for Annihilator.
Annihilator, that's right. Vanilla Missile at Forgotten Bridge.
Alright, so progression-wise, routing-wise, you said every elevator in Torvis is a Sank elevator, right?
It looked like it, yeah. I checked all of them. There was Sanctuary Vault and Sanctuary Temple.
There is no Sank... we might need to get a recheck on that, as there's no Sank Temple elevator. There's a Sank Vault, Sank Spider, and Sank Entrance.
Entrance, that's what it was. My bad.
Okay, alright, now you're fine. You're fine. We all make little mistakes. Just like me, I'm terrible at remembering room names. And brilliant super missile off of Bruh to get both flying pirates at the same time. Now Nye's going to come over. Nye's going to pick up Light Beam, realize, hey, wait a minute, I can do stuff.
Oh, no.
Now I can go through this. What's up?
Yep. No, just what you were saying about picking that up and realizing, hey, this is the way forward, the last place you'd think to check.
I really want to know how they feel about that. I'm going to ask them that later.
Yeah, that's going to be a good point. Picking up a Dark Aegon key at the top of Torvis Temple.
Alrighty, and there's a Screw Attack. Nye's not happy about that. So you get Med Vista, which in turn has a Dark Visor. Jeez, Torvis, what's going on here?
Torvis is loaded today.
Hey, you see Nye shooting so much, he ain't happy.
You can always tell what they're thinking by the shooting patterns sometimes. And there's the supers for Nye as well.
All right, so routing wise, what do you think route wise we should be looking for, PC? Now that we're here in Torvis with so much equipment,
We are here in Torvis. Small part of me wants to head back, because now we have the supers. We can finish the entire Temple Grounds loop with both beams. And did we have a way into Aegon? Because when you have both beams, you can do Aegon really quickly. Especially the pirate loop, which is just loaded with checks, except for that one annihilator that's going to have to be ignored for now.
we do, but we don't know what translator gate it is.
That's right.
There's an Aegon now. I know what route you're thinking of, and I think it's a really great route. The problem is it's a risk going back to check it, and Poison Bog has a missile related. That check is effectively dead if there are no missile related checks that we need, as we have all missiles. Except for unlimited, but I mean, we'll be okay without them.
If they take that, and it could be that we're taking a save here, not a save warp, but just a safety save. It could be that they're thinking along those lines, and should everything be dead?
I think I'm going to counter you.
I stand corrected. They are warping.
I think what Bruh's probably going to do here, warp back to start, go through landing site, check the translator gate on Aegon, and see if we can go through Aegon, he's going to do it since he can get so much. And B, if you can't get to Aegon, he's going to reset and go back through Torvis and get late Torvis thanks to Light Beam, Dark Beam, and Power Bombs. There's a handful of stuff we can do with that.
Through all of that.
Yeah, there's a handful of stuff Torvis has, but without Boost Ball, there's we can't do Torvis Plaza. We technically can't do Torvis Dark Torvis Arena, Boost Guardian. We're cutting off effectively 4 items. But we can get them if we do a triple bomb space jump, which is a hard trick in itself. No, but now it looks like Bruh's decided to do some cleanup here in Torvis Temple. Doing cleanup in Temple thanks to the newfound equipment.
Nah, yeah, Bruh just took the portal in Temple Grounds to Dark.
Did I say nine? Whoops. See, I told you we all make little mishaps. Now let's see, what item is that? That's blue and shiny. It looks like it might be a ball upgrade. But we can
that would be very welcome right about now.
But we can get a Cursed Lake since we have that Dark Visor. Remember, we found that off a Dark. We found that Dark Visor courtesy of Torvis Temple here. So we're able to get this flying in cache.
So
yeah, these
even being in Varia suit.
Oh, it was a suit upgrade.
Well, never mind. Not a problem anymore. I was just about to ask whether 2 energy tanks is enough. I know they're fast, but that damage 4 per second can really drain you quickly. Well, not a problem anymore. Picking up the dark suit.
The suit upgrade, that's pretty good routing, because now you can get War Ritual Grounds. Not War Ritual, Plane of Dark Worship, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And we could see if that was an E-Tank or a ball upgrade. Nice little scan dash across. It's an E-Tank. All right.
E-Tank.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Refills are always welcome in the Dark World.
Always. All right, so I would
take that elevator because we need Violet translators, so we can't go to Under Temple just yet, at least from the top. We can from the bottom. Underwater movement is a little bit broken in this game, if you're able to get air underwater. I'm not as familiar with the exact technical explanation of how that works, but I know you can invalidate the gravity boost in almost all the locations it's required.
Yeah, using air underwater. I personally It's one of my personal favorite tricks of all time in Echoes, but I wouldn't say it's viable right now based on where we have access to. But maps, Sank entrance, okay, so Torvis goes to Sank. Lower goes to Sank vault side, which is terrible. Well, no, we don't really have Spider Ball to do anything there. Sank entrance is, we can't do anything. We're locked behind Boost Ball for that. So unfortunately, all of our elevators in Torvis are locked, except for a return to Temple Grounds. Oh, and Defiled Shrine has a key.
So far, we're at 2 vanilla elevators this seed. In chat saying so.
Yeah.
So far, we'll have to see if that continues. That trend continues.
Yeah. Lower Torvis is vanilla as it goes to Saint Vault, and then Great Temple leading to initial Aegon is vanilla. And we saw
a very nice backwards jump out of Hall of Honor dead without turning around. You can do that either with Morph or with Screw Attack if you want to get out of bounds. But it always impresses me when the runners just jump backwards without even looking and hit the Morph Ball entrance perfectly.
Yeah. The reason we did that, we had Seekers, so we did a quick peek at Hall of Honor dead to see if there's anything useful that we need to come back for. Realized that it's not, so we just headed right out. And it's important to note, Aegon entrance is accessible. We have access to Aegon entrance through meeting grounds. That translator door is unlocked. And furthermore, much more importantly, thanks to Bruh having Dark Suit, Seekers, and Supers, we're going for key hints. So
That's right.
Get your writing utensils ready and get your keyboard set. We are going to pick up our Sky Temple key information.
It's going to be big. We're going to see exactly what we're going to need. Don't have to do any of the crazy tricks because we've got Seekers, Supers.
Before that,
ready to read very quickly.
Yeah. Before that happens, any place that you want a key to be at, PC?
I'd love there to be one on Quadraxis, just because I absolutely love that boss.
All right.
Especially when randomized, because you don't know exactly what you're gonna be fighting with.
I'll agree.
Let's see what we got.
Either that or Alpha Block. I love seeing a good Alpha Block fight. All right, we have Defiled Shrine, Feeding Pit. We need Light Suit.
Yep.
Bioenergy.
Hazing
Cliff. Battleground. That could be either one or two different items on Battleground. Good to note, Nye picked up Dark Suit as well. Under Transit 1. Training Chamber. Thanks, Torvis. And Sank Temple Access.
So we are all over the map.
Yes, we are. And Aegon got practically nothing.
Dark World, everywhere. Yep.
Feeding Pit's going to be the bad one because you got to go all the way back for it.
Depending on where Light Suit is, yeah, that check, you never want to isolate. There's a few rooms that are really, really punishing if you isolate, but it looks like we're going through Space Pirate Base. Can't avoid that because we've got bioenergy production. That is the Light World version, so we only need... Oh no, it's in the actual room itself, so that's up on the ledge. That's going to be easy to pick up.
Yeah. Bioenergy just needs space
Dark
jump.
Landing site.
Yeah, that's Defiled Shrine, my friend.
That's right, we knew. That's an STK.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so routing-wise, let's see. Based on the current information, I would say Nye's most likely going to do the same thing Bruh did. This is your half-hour recap. Bruh just picked up all the all the SDK information. We know where they are. He's riding high with 2 of them. We have Dark Visor, Power Bombs, Dark Suit, both Beams, Seeker, Screw Attack, and Space Jump. We have access to 90% of the game. On Nye's side, we are unfortunately a little bit behind. So we took a different route on the early game, which is okay. Still got plenty of time to make up. Nye's going straight for SDK hints as well. And then we're going to start routing around them. As far as your route goes, well, we need a lot, unfortunately. Defiled Shine we can get. Feeding Pit requires Light Suit. Bioenergy we can get. Hazing Cliff we can. Battleground can. Under Transit 1, that's all on the far side of Lower Dark Torvus, so we got a little bit of a trek to get there. Training Chamber we can get with air underwater. We don't have Gravity Boost. So either Gravity Boost or Reverse Air under... Actually, no, we can. We got Screw Attack. Never mind. Training Chamber is accessible. And Sank Temple access we can get. We can get everything except for Feeding Pit. That's it. We're good. All right. So for your half-hour recap, both runners are effectively locked behind Boost Ball and Light Suit. Once they find that, they're in go mode. They're set. Yeah, Gerbil, I know what I...
We won't be needing...
I said Boost Ball, Gerbil.
Echo. Just looking at the highlighted items that haven't been picked up yet, and I don't think we'll be... I think you're right. I don't think we'll be needing any of the other ones there.
Oh.
As long as we can access all of the elevators by means of the translators. As long as we're not locked out of one of them, that's been the issue so far.
Oh, you know what? Thanks for pointing that out. Sank Temple access technically requires Echo Visor, but there is a way to skip it. It's not hard. It's just a little tight with the movement. And I'm fairly certain both runners are probably going to do it to avoid Echo. So that's like the one thing it's needed for.
Unless they come across it.
If they come across it, they're set, yeah.
Yeah, just sitting there. Alright, now picking up all the same information. Taking a second to note that down.
As far as routing goes, the biggest problem is trying to route around Feeding Pit. Light Suit is hard required for Feeding Pit, unfortunately, and there's yet to be a way around it that we've discovered.
Personally, I would probably last location Feeding Pit, just knowing that hopefully I'll come across Light Suit while gathering up the other 7 or 8 keys. Not taking the risk to hope that it is there, but we have already seen that happen once with Torvus being last locationed, and that's
fair.
A little bit of the lead here. So
that's
all right. Instant kill on the Bomb Guardian with the Power Bomb, and let's see what we're going to get rewarded with for that.
What?
Light ammo expansion.
I mean, Bomb Guardian just ate that first Power Bomb like it was candy. It took like no damage.
But like you said, the hitboxes can be a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, you gotta hit both the tail and the head at the same time for it to register. And if one's outside the hitbox range, you ain't gonna... Found the Light Suit!
Well, okay. I'm gonna go back in time and just
you wanna rechange that statement?
Everything that I previously said. It's now all about the movement. Feeding Pit is wide open. Route it in wherever it makes the most sense. That is crazy.
You know what? I'm going to go based on the elevator information we have here. I would say, if I was Nye right now, I'd be a little bit confused in what to do. Unfortunately, you have so much open to you, you don't really know where to start looking. And Lower Torvus is going to be the headache, because there's no save station readily nearby, and it's a pain to get to. So it's like, how do you route it? Well, I would say you could do it one of two different ways. Brazz route is already hard lock. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it looks like Nice going for the same route Bruh's thinking. Go for I would say we're going to do some Aegon cleanup. Once we find the light suit, we're set. As effectively, we'll be going from Aegon. We know we don't really need much of anything else, if that. Final bosses are off. We need boost ball, though. That's the problem. We need boost. Yeah.
Hiding somewhere for sync access.
Oh, and double damage.
Nah, that's always nice to have.
Sand Canyon. All right, let's see. If I was
about to get the light suit as well. Oh, wait,
Oh.
I hope so. Don't take the
I think he's going
the right exit. Oh no. Oh, no,
he's on the right side.
Good.
He came from Sand Canyon, not Mine Shaft.
Oh, he can't. Yeah. Okay, so that's that'll be light suit for both of them, because otherwise you just have to start with the locations that have the most dense checks. But now, pretty happy to see that probably.
Yep.
It looked almost like the sprite changed before you picked up the item. It's a little weird.
Oh, that'd be nice. You walk closer to it and it starts revealing what it actually is. That'd be pretty interesting. All right, so route-wise, how do we want to go about this? Let's see. Hive Chamber B, we got Defiled Shrine. We can skip as like right at Gateway. I would say we're going to do bioenergy production first. We're going to go through labs, get bioenergy, come around the front to Command Center, go to Dark Aegon, get Feeding Pit, use that to transition to Battleground, then go back to Light Aegon, find the elevator for Torvus, go straight for Lower Torvus, do the Training Chamber, then go to Under Transit 1 first, then Training Chamber, do Sank Temple last. Hope you picked up Boost Bulb throughout the entirety of this, and then go straight for credits. Pretty straightforward route. But if anyone else has any predictions, by all means, please put them below. I like seeing new thoughts and what everyone's thinking. But you know, we're going to play my favorite game, PC. You know what that is?
What's that?
It's time to guess the item location. Today, on the weekly, we are looking for the boost ball, everyone. So go on and post your predictions
in now. Where's it gonna be? That's the one thing that's normally super helpful just because of speed, but
Gerbil,
now we actually need it.
Gerbil, you're mean for recommending vanilla location.
Dark Torvus Arena.
Yeah, that's vanilla.
Well, they both got the light suit, so regardless of energy, it's not going to be a challenging fight at all. Especially with I forgot about power bombs. Wouldn't be challenging even with Varia, but
I know. Post
up there.
Will it be a major boss?
Is it this item?
Will it be an cache? Nope, some ammo.
Okay, that's the expansion. So the STK.
I get a red key and light beam. All right, there's the Feeding Pit STK you see from Bruh. All right. My prediction, personally, I want Boost Ball and Alpha Blog. I just want to see an Alpha Blog fight because it's terrible to get to, and no one likes going that far out of their way. Either that or Airy.
Worse is right below it, or the dark version of it. The
Power Bomb Guardian.
Yeah.
That you know what? We could throw. No, it can't be on Airy. You need Boost Ball to get into Airy. Dang. We're finding a lot of Dark Torvus keys. You know, it could be on Chica. And I love chat correcting.
Can they get into Sank and start exploring without Boost Ball?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Leave Sank for last because you need an item you don't currently have.
For a second, I was going to say I'd like to see it on Spider, but you need Boost to actually beat Spider.
Yeah, you need Boost Ball for at least phase 2 of it. Yeah, that's a fair point. We're not gonna see Annihilator at all today, probably. I mean, I love chat correcting me as soon as I correct myself. You know, they're on top of everything today. They're catching me on every little thing I say.
Which means we probably won't see any DS fights until the end. Because we know it's not on DS1.
Chat's going good with the puns today. A nigh, a later beam, or not or an A, not applicable. That's good. All right, so Bruss sees the little ammo. We're gonna continue forward. It looks like we're going through Warrior's Walk and then Judgment Pits. Warrior's Walk doesn't have it. We're gonna move on. Nye has decided to come out of labs though. He's grabbed both. Instead of going, we're going to go ahead and go through labs for bioenergy.
Wait, did Bruh fight DS1 and I just missed it because it was an insta-kill?
Most likely. It's coming from that side. You have to be really careful. There's one wrong step, you're just going to lock the doors, and you got to defeat them to get out. But now, as far as insta kills go, that's why having power bombs in early areas is so game breaking. There's a handful of bosses and stuff you can do that are just extremely vulnerable to power bombs. Dark Samus 1 has an insta kill.
Before you get power bombs makes you wonder why the devs, didn't make them immune to it, since you're not supposed to have it at all. It's a little different than the Ridley boost story, because they just didn't think to make Ridley in Metroid Prime 1 immune to boost balls, so you can do a nice 50,000 damage per second, or per frame.
I mean, did you really think a little boost ball would do that much damage to such a big old dragon like Ridley?
Not really.
I mean, I can sort of see it. Let's say you charge boost ball and aim right for the shins or the knee or the Achilles. Man, it's gonna be a lot of pain.
It's completely metal plated. It's just kinetic energy. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but that energy goes through the plate, so it's still traveling throughout the body. So, we're not going to discuss science here. We're not a science channel.
Before we get too far into the anatomy of a fictional metal plated dragon who can't seem to die.
This is SpeedGaming, gosh darn it. We're here for fast racing, fast games, and a heck of a good time. Not learning science.
Either of them check the back of the ship at GFMC compound?
No, I think they might have peeked it when they did a little space jump, but no, I don't think so.
I don't think there's any. Yeah, there must not be anything critical on it, otherwise they would have picked it up.
Well, the problem is they can't. Jump Guardian has to be defeated first. That check will not. That check will not spawn in until Jump Guardian has been registered as defeated.
Okay, I didn't actually know that. Interesting.
Yeah, if you try to go up there without Jump Guardian defeated, it'll pop up a little text box saying Jump Guardian needs to be defeated for this item to spawn. Now that could have just been a little
game or just in the rando hash.
I'm not too sure. I've never had that in vanilla. It might just be a Randomania quality of life thing. All right, but it looks like Bruz decided to take the elevator from Aegon right into Torvis, to Lower Torvis. And great job. He got air underwater first try. That was pretty smooth. All right.
You might be getting your wish.
It's
Looks
possible.
like he's heading that way.
Well, we have to. We got to do Lower Torvis for 3 reasons. 1, Training Chamber's got an SDK. 2, Under Transit 1 has a key. And 3, it gets us into Sank. But no, since we did mention air underwater, we might as well describe what it actually is. So, how to say it? Air underwater, it's a state you're not supposed to ever have. Yeah, when you're in the water, you get this very set movement. It's all hazy, it's all foggy, you can't see, you can't move that fast. as you see Broad doing. You have very limited movement. Well, there's a little bit of a glitch you can do to get a screw attack ability under the water. By every time you enter and leave a body of waters, Samus changes her movement skills. Now, if you're to morph the same frame you enter a body of water, the second it changes over, if you morph on that frame, you're going to get a glitch state. That's air underwater. Now, it does a few things. Number one, it lets you see. It still the game thinks you're still on land, but you have the properties of being in water. But because the game thinks you're on land, you can utilize a screw attack and get to areas you're not supposed to reach without gravity boost. Long story short, it lets you use a screw attack underwater and get to far away places that normally you need gravity boost. That's the long story short. It's an easy trick to do,
useful.
but it's frame perfect is the problem. And we're gonna see Nai attempt here. We're in the body of water. Oh, nope, we're gonna go for a water dash. We're just gonna jump and then jump again, and we got it.
There's grapple right on this ledge. Bro did pick up the key in Under Transit 1.
Yep. And now we're progressing through Lower Torvus. We're trying to find Boost Ball before we get to Sank, because that's the biggest thing blocking us. Without Boost Ball, we cannot get the key and get out. We can get it, but we can't get out. So it's a matter of where's that dang Boost Ball at? Or you know what? Boost Ball or Cannonball. If we do come across Cannonball, that would give it to us.
Right.
Now we did say multiplayer items are shuffled. That includes Cannonball. PC, do you want to explain what Cannonball is since we mentioned it?
I'm gonna be honest, the multiplayer items are a little bit unfamiliar to me, so
All right, that's all right.
that one.
Alrighty. Well, Cannonball. Every time you use a kinetic orb cannon, Samus is put into Cannonball state. You're stuck in Morph Ball, you're fired out of that cannon, you're traveling through the air, you're invincible, and you keep that state until you hit until Samus hits the plate at the end of the orb's path. So once you hit that plate, the state ends. Now we figured out that thanks to some out of bounds movement and some glitches, we're able to manipulate the kinetic orb cannon so that when we get fired from it, we either go A, through the plate, or B, our trajectory changes and we get shot out of bounds. Now, because we didn't hit that end plate, we get the Cannonball state. Now, what does that do? Well, it does a few things. Number one, anytime you're in Morph Ball, you're invulnerable. You take no Dark Aether damage, you take no enemy damage, nothing. You're completely invincible. And number two, it gives you a mock Boost Ball, which is why we mentioned it. You're able to use Boost Ball in the Cannonball state. So we could use that little orb spinner to get out of Sank Temple access. And number three, the small little thing it does. So enemies who are able to take damage from Cannonball, if I'm correct, they take it at a rate of 500,000 hit points of damage per frame. Cannonball was never meant
seen
for
a
it.
War Wasp or anything, in fact, wander too close to a kinetic orb cannon when you enter into it. They're just instantly destroyed.
Yeah, they just go poof. The biggest thing is Chica. If you ever need to fight Chica, get Cannonball.
Yes, 500,000 damage per frame is approximately all of the damage. And it's a rather wide hitbox, if I remember correctly. Sometimes they'll just be wandering around near it, not even in your path, and still be destroyed.
Yep. Amber, Cobalt, Crimson. Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's a
looks
little.
like we won't be seeing a Morbus today. Morbus is guarding a missile expansion.
Oh darn! What a shame.
So,
Alright, but nice,
I don't
still
know.
going
I
through lower
rather like the
Taurus.
Morbus fight.
Oh, yeah, it's nice and easy. It's over pretty fast. Now, nice, still going through lower Torvis. We're gonna do some more checks here.
Bro
We're
picked
still.
up all the keys needed and now is wandering through the Hall of Combat Mastery.
Oh, but we
Doing
don't
the
have
jump.
Spider Ball.
You can get up this ramp without it. It just requires very, very precise. Oh, geez, getting bullied by that quad. It requires very, very precise jump and morph so that you can morph. Already being at the top of the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two ways of going about it. Number one, you can do the morph as PC stated, or if you're feeling a little bit risky, you can try to screw attack through that hole, which is well, both ways are difficult. It's a matter which one you're more comfortable with. I don't know. Personally, I'd say the
Get you out
screw
of
attack.
bounds if you screw attack it.
No, there's collision on all four sides of that track, so you're perfectly safe. There's endless opportunities at it. It's a lot easier coming from Hall of Combat, as you can stand on the translator scan point and use that for some extra height. But for this one, we could get extra height if we started screw attacking on top of one of the pillars in the center of the room. But other than that, if we can get the instant morph, we can use that to roll forward and get through, as you mentioned earlier.
Bro, getting really close to it. Just a little off with the timing of the morph.
It looks like Nye's also
Nye,
doing
meanwhile,
this.
entered into entered into sync. Let's see if he takes the same path or not.
Oh, hey, there we go. You got it.
And there we go.
Now, some of you may be wondering why Nye only has 6 keys compared to Bruh's 7. The 7th key that Bruh has over Nye is Defiled Shrine, and Defiled Shrine is one room away from Transport to Credits, so we can leave Defiled Shrine for the very end.
Yeah. Isolating that check isn't too punishing.
And then just easily jump over the Spider Ball track. You don't need Spider Ball, just jump.
If they'd really wanted you to use Spider Ball, they would have made it higher.
Hell yeah. And Bruh's decided to go... Oh, I see what Bruh's doing. Bruh's decided to go out of bounds. So what Bruh's doing here, we see him screw attack into the little morph ball hole designed for the track. Now, by screw attacking into this plane, we're able to stand up inside of it. If we screw attack again, the knockback from the screw attack against the collision forces Samus out of bounds. Now, what Bruh's going to do here, we're going to climb to the top of the room and then use this to get to the second floor, or the third floor of Main Gyro. Now, the third floor leads right into Sanct Temple access. We can load Sanct Temple access, go underneath the item, and I believe Bruh's is going to try to get the key out of bounds and stay out of bounds to bypass the entire puzzle. So now we're underneath it. There's the key. We're still out of bounds. We're going to pick up the key thanks to its extremely large hitbox, and then continue forward. I wasn't aware there was a screw.
Very nice.
I wasn't aware that there was a secret world here. Look at that. Well, I guess show if it looks possible, you can do it. Nye, meanwhile, does not appear to be doing the same thought process. So we'll see.
No, I didn't take or didn't jump up the spider track in Hall of Combat Mastery, opting instead to
Hazing Cliff
and pick that up.
That's the key. Okay, so
Yeah,
it wasn't Defiled Shrine. He got on the first path. I apologize for my misspoken words. It was Hazing Cliff, not Defiled Shrine. All right, now we're going to see here the instance of Cannonball. We're still technically out of bounds. Worker's Path is not technically loaded properly.
No, because you can tell because the drones aren't moving in their normal pattern. In fact, they seem frozen in place.
Yeah. Yeah. So now look, if you look at the mini map on Bruh's side, you can see that it showed that we're still in Sank Temple. Now, because the game thinks we're in a different room, Worker's Path isn't properly loaded. That in turn forces the orb cannon to fire us out of bounds. Well, to stay out of bounds. And then we now effectively have cannonball state. And now we're back in bounds. Now we're going to continue on. And look at that. Cannonball just instantly destroys the quad head. Didn't destroy the legs, though. Oh, now they're gone. And it looks like on nice that we're out of bounds in Dynamo Chamber. It could be that Nye's using the backup strat for Dynamo to go out of bounds in turn to reach Sank Temple access. That's what I'm thinking. He didn't out of bounds he was more comfortable with.
Nice ether jumping up there, and we'll see when he heads back into bounds.
Yeah, and the entire purpose that we got Cannonball was for that orb cannon right there that you saw in main gyro. Once we got it back in bounds from Sank Temple access, we're locked behind that orb, that little kinetic orb. As unfortunately, we could have gone back out of bounds and took the long way around through Dynamo, but the Cannonball method's a lot faster. And yeah, that's exactly what Nye's doing. Nye went for an out of bounds he was more comfortable with. So now we're here in Sank Temple access. We're going to load the room around us. Nye is in bounds. He must have found Boost Ball. Or he's saving that for later. And he's going to go through the Worker's Path that Bruh did. Oh, but he can't. He can't do that. He doesn't have the translator for it. So now Nye's going for a backup method. There's an out of bounds in Sank Energy Controller that we can use.
Bro, meanwhile, picking up the STK from Hazing Cliff, and that would be all 9, correct?
That is correct. Bruh is effectively go mode. All he has to do is go to credits elevator. So
And
we
like
may
you said, doesn't
affect
need Boost Ball anymore because he's holding on to Cannonball.
All right, and there's that out of bounds we were talking about earlier with Nye. We clipped through a piece of extended collision in Sank Energy, and we're going to use that in turn to get around to Temple Access and Worker's Path. But I mean, we're going to see a sub hour 5 definitely. All Bruh has to do is go to what do you call it? Go to credits over in Sky Temple.
It'd be faster to I'm forgetting where this elevator takes us. Okay, I was gonna say, is it gonna be faster to load to start, but
no, that's what we're doing.
It's right here.
There's a save station right here next to portal access. And you see Nye, we've gone out of bounds. We're going straight for Worker's Path. We are doing this to get Cannonball so that we'll have Boost Ball for our exit. As it is a lot faster than trying to go out of bounds through Energy Controller twice to bypass it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot faster, save Nye some time in the end. So again, what we're doing is we're trying to go out of bounds, which we already are. We're going to scan the cannon to load in, so the cannon is active. We're going to go right back to Sank Temple, so that Sank Temple is the loaded room. then come back to Workers Path and go through the cannon. But this race is effectively over. Now, Bruh will be declared the victor.
Barring any huge time losses that are not expected at this point, I think you're right.
Unless Bruss just straight up dies somehow in the next few seconds, then that's game. The biggest thing was boost ball. We have no idea where that was, but we will find out due to the end game credits.
Yeah, I was about to say, leave something fun to talk about in the credits.
Hey, don't worry. I'm not going to take all the fun.
Translators were really rough to us today at the start.
Yeah, we only had Cobalt, and that was thanks to Temple Grounds hiding it. Didn't find anything else though.
Now, can Bruh use Cannonball against the bosses? Are they vulnerable to it?
No, and final bosses are turned off.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Nye's going out of bounds here in Spider Guardian's chambers. We're going to clip into the Morph Ball tunnel to get out. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, no. It appears my notes were incorrect. So you can take that winter strip off. We've got to get that updated. According to our notes here, it says alternate settings has final bosses removed. I sincerely apologize.
I was confused by that, because I saw that on a previous stream, and alternate settings and final bosses were on, but I was like, well, yeah, maybe they've changed something since the last one I saw.
I sincerely apologize. I will talk to someone to get that updated. So to answer your initial question of final bosses, can Cannonball be used on the bosses? Yes and no. Yes, as for Emperor Ring Phase 2.
Okay. That was mainly where I was questioning, because that was where it'd be very, very helpful. Trying to farm the right power bombs or make sure you have enough. Plus, those inglets can just make that fight really, really long.
Yeah. Oh, and
I've never seen this before, so just rolling over is just gonna...
Yep. And we've just been given word that Nye has decided to forfeit from the race. So that automatically declares Bruh as the victor. Yeah, according to this, Nye forfeited due to the gates.
Okay, it wasn't because of the...
No, but with that being said,
flag, right?
no, but we are going to bring Nye in for some. We're going to bring Nye in here, so welcome, Nye. Yeah, I can imagine you had a heck of a time trying to get through them.
Promise, I saw Amber. The last gate I needed to open was Amber.
And we saw your out of bounds movement. You decided to go through.
I went through one hole in Watch Station. That is the only hole in the entire freaking walkthrough I fell through it.
Yeah, I am so sorry.
And Amber was in Hall of Combat Mastery.
Yep, I know, I saw it. I looked at it, and I chose not to grab it.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have. Hall of Combat Mastery we could have gotten with our screw attack and bombs. But unfortunately, the biggest thing right now for Bruh, we don't have Spider Ball to climb on Emperor Ring 2.
I'm planning on doing Spiderless too.
Yeah, I thought final bosses were turned off for the alternate settings.
No, there was a poll a while ago.
That's why I did not get that poll, and if I did, I misread it. I will keep that updated for future events. So in turn, we needed Spider Ball as well, which was never found.
Yeah, I also got lost at the beginning because translator gates again.
Trying to figure out where you wanted to be and how you could get through them.
Yeah, because I was like, I cannot go to Turtles because I don't have Emerald. You're an alternate preset, now.
Spiderless proving a little
Otherwise, I
tricky
probably, if I didn't mess this up, and if I realized that I was an alternate preset and could have gone to Turtles way earlier, I probably would be at final bosses as well.
Yeah, but unfortunately, your mindset was stuck on standard preset, wasn't it? So to explain what's happening with Bro, what we're doing is we're utilizing cannonballs so that we take no damage, courtesy of the poisonous gas.
The gas is not the problem, it's the inglets. The inglets will throw you off.
Well, we still take damage from the gas. Well, it's not that much.
Nah, the drops in Empowering 2 are very generous, so you will often get... I've never seen a purple drop here. You will often get reds, blues, and yellows. So essentially, you can even, because of how generous the drops are, you can even do this with bodysuit on like on the 6 tanks that you'd normally need for BS4 without suit. And 6 tanks is a lot for Empowering 2. Like, honestly, you probably only need like 3 or 4 suitless, just because of how good the drops are in this phase.
Well, I need to write down notes for the next time, as I had misinformation, but that's okay. Because right now, we're just trying to destroy those little inglets so that we can move on to Emperor Ring 3.
Yep. The gas can also make it pretty difficult to see, hence why you see Bro going into Dark Visor so much. It highlights the inglets in red, but also just invalidates the fog feature of that poisonous gas. Getting a bunch of health drops, with the occasional power bomb drop as well, which can be really helpful. Spiderless proving to be a little bit of a challenge. I believe that leaves one tentacle left. Only seeing one.
Oh, this is a very difficult trick, unfortunately.
Not getting super lucky with the power bomb drops is definitely hurting it.
I mean, just trying to get the drops and the height you need for the inglets to register is the problem. And with us only having a maximum of 3 power bombs, it's a fun time today.
By comparison to this, Emperor 3 is a joke with screw attack.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We could just get there. There's that last power bomb, assuming it can get timed correctly. Nope, one more.
Yeah, we were close.
This is almost comical.
Well, I mean, you've got endless time in the world
You
with all
can't
these
die
drops.
because
No,
the
you
inglets
can't.
give you, like Nye said, you're getting all the blues and reds and yellows you'll need, so you're essentially immortal during this point. If you could just get a power bomb drop. Might be here for some time if you wanted to return to the Ridley anatomy conversation, but did you have any other notes to discuss from this seed in particular while we're waiting?
Well, I've got some stuff written down here for both of them.
All right.
But no, I think Nye's already described everything on his side pretty well intensely. You know, the early routing was a little bit rough due to the translators, but you did your best and you fought hard, Nye. I mean, y'all were neck and neck for the longest time.
And any sort of divergence was pretty quickly rectified. There was some divergence right away in the beginning, and then when to route in early temple grounds, but when one of you did it, the other just did it in a different order, and you were, like Marion said, you were pretty neck and neck or high-fiving a lot.
You know, the problem with these drops on Bruh's side, because you're constantly taking damage due to the poison fog, the game's more inclined to give you the health because it's what you readily need. Yeah. And the game puts health above power bombs.
Right. So even having 0 power bombs, having 50 health, the game is going to treat as a more urgent problem.
And there's that cannonball state
Would it be possible to get
working.
up top?
Yes, you could
get up top to avoid the gas and hopefully get a better drop.
It's possible, but he'd have to stay in morph ball the entire time, though. You can't really, at least to my knowledge, you can't really stand on top of the ink casing.
You have to hang out like right at the top of it, otherwise you'll roll off.
Right.
And then you just have to be bombing. So we're going with a different strategy here of just bombing the inglets as they come down to us, as opposed to looking for them with the dark visor.
Just let them come to us. Yeah, we have Cannonball.
But now that we have 99 health, exactly, we should be getting or light beam ammo. Because obviously that's what we're looking for right now. Boosting around in frustration. Don't blame him. Even at 88 health, it prioritizes a blue energy orb over a power bomb. That's so interesting.
Welcome to Echoes.
When I said generous,
Yeah.
that the drops are generous, I didn't mean that they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that somewhere around 11 PBs to finish this.
If they're all dropped perfectly, yeah. I'm wondering really curious where Spider Ball is. Oh, there's the power bomb.
There's the last one.
And we are on to phase 3. So
Oh.
phase 3 is normally very complicated because you got to deal with the constantly changing mouths and that fifth leg, which loves to block the mouth for most of your shots. Fortunately, the undercarriage of Emperor Ing is super vulnerable to screw attack with a very, very large hitbox. So as you can see, Bruh finished it off almost instantly there with a few good jumps, and now we're into the final section. We're going to go and head towards DS3 and 4. Let's see if we can get DS4 skip. So Dark Samus loves to pull up these phazon shields whenever you fire missiles or super missiles, things of that nature. And by doing so, if you time it correctly, you can avoid ever entering that final phase where you have to wait for her to rise up into the air and shoot little phazon crystals at you so you can shoot them back. And in so doing, you can save a lot of time.
Alright, so here we go, and here's the setup. Dark Samus going to rise and fall, and then we need to immediately get a hit off to get that shield up. Wait for her to fall. She's fallen. We didn't get the screw attack. We're going to use missiles to keep that shield up. And we're going to try to keep her stun locked. Nope, I think we lost it.
No, might have lost it.
Yeah, nope, it's gone. It's gone. Where'd she go?
Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Now, we can have another attempt at it. We did not do damage to her. So because
we
the damage...
didn't do enough to trigger that.
Nope, because the damage is still less.
Yep.
There's screw attack. Now it's time. Now we gotta get that lock on.
Anson, yep, that's the thing.
Yep, huge amount. It's about half health there. Alright, so now we are dodging the little missiles there that you see and trying to suck in some of the little phazon bullets. It's the only way to do damage at this point. Alright, here we go. Draw them in. Yep.
Alright, so we got about four more rounds of it.
You can do a little bit when she falls, but it's not the same amount. There we go.
Nope.
Maybe one more.
There you go.
Get ready with the button.
Oh, she fell down. One more hit, and this fight is over. Time.
And that's time at 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 50 seconds.
Congratulations.
See if we can get Bra in here.
Yeah. give us some time, and we will. Our handy dandy speed gaming bot will send out the invite, and we're gonna get
But I
both
do very
runners.
much want to see in the credits where the boost ball and the spider ball were.
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna get both runners in here for just some post-game commentary. So please bear with us just a few minutes. But with that being said, if anyone has any comments, questions, concerns, inquiries, anything they want to learn more about, please post your information below and we will be sure to answer it as best we can. Let's see, where's our handy dandy bot at? Yep, while we wait for Bro to get in here. Nye, is there anything else that you'd like to touch up on your viewpoint of how everything went?
Not really.
Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, I will say you put up one heck of a fight, though. I mean, again, you were neck and neck. You had a great route. A little bit of routing issues at the start due to the Temple Grounds gates, but once you got past that, you were flying, just picking up everything on the streamline.
I mean, for not having Kent, the seed was extremely linear. You were practically pushed into the next progression item every time. The only thing that could have really killed me was Light Suit, but I literally just ran into it immediately, which was very good.
Yeah, you both found that pretty close to each other, and we were talking about, okay, we're gonna need a light suit for feeding pit, so we could either last location that, isolate that check, and hope we come across light suit. And just after I said that, it appeared on your screen. So I'm like, all right, never mind. Light suit found.
Yeah, we found it.
Yeah. What I actually should have tried to do myself is, since I can get feeding pit without light suit, I should have tried to get cannonball first. So that was a mistake on my part, but it paid off.
Yeah, but as far as feeding pit without light suit goes, it's fairly difficult
but I don't
out of
have graph
bounds.
boost,
I mean,
never mind. I couldn't have done that anyways. You need graph for it.
Yeah.
With that being said, welcome, bro. How are you today?
GG.
I am kind of shocked that it took like 17 minutes to do Emperor Ring 2. Because look, the thing is, I did the hard part of that trick really fast. The hard part is getting the top 5 of the tentacles down, and I did that really fast. Then you just have the easy part, which is getting the bottom ones, because you can just get a power bomb drop off the inglets, and then use that and just lay a power bomb on the floor to get the lower 5. But apparently, it takes 5 minutes to get a single power bomb drop. I don't know what that luck was.
And we were sitting here like, well, just waiting for the right drop.
Yeah, like that. I've never in my life seen PB drops that bad in Echoes. And I've done this trick a lot of times, and it's never taken me that long to get a single power bomb.
Real quick, Echo was on
Let's
Crossroad.
See. I want to see where
Echo on Crossroad, Annihilator on Jump Guardian. Cash
Boost was in Torvis Arena.
That was vanilla.
My gosh, Boost was vanilla, and Spider was Cash A.
Oh man, oh that's terrible. Well, congratulations, Kerbal. You successfully called it. You don't win anything for successfully calling it, but you win. All right. With that being said, Temple Grounds, you both had a heck of a time with translator gates today. How do you feel about having only Cobalt?
Kind of sucked not having any hints.
Bruh, did you see Amber?
Nope.
It was in Hall of Combat Mastery.
Oh, that would have helped me.
Because I looked at it, I left it behind, and then I realized that I had to get Cannonball, and saw that the gate was Amber.
Do you not know how to do it without Amber?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
But I fell down in the one hole that is in workers' path.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
I got so my only options at that point were do the sticker world in workers' path or do the one in Dynamo Works.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you went for
sucks.
Dynamo.
I went for Dynamo Works and I fell down again and I said nope, through that.
Fallen
Yeah,
down.
that's
So easy if I had just picked up Amber.
oh, that sucks so much. Dude, I mean, I just cannot believe those power bomb drops. I could have been done with that in like 5 minutes. I could have this seed could have been like an easy 10 minutes faster if the power bomb drops hadn't been so terrible. Like that's shockingly bad luck right there.
There was at one point where you had all your energy tanks full and 88 health, and it dropped you a blue power bomb. Or a blue health
Yeah.
orb. I'm like, really? It prioritizes 11 health over 0 out of 3 power bombs.
Yeah, and only having 3 power bombs for that trick kind of sucks. Because ideally you have at least 5 so that you can just get up to the top and then you never have to go back down to get more drops. And I mean, you saw I actually did manage to do 2 of the tentacles using regular morph ball bombs, but it's a lot harder to do them with regular bombs than it is with morph ball or with power bombs.
Oh, I understand it. But either way, you pulled off one heck of a hard trick, despite probably never going to be able to find all your majors. You know, Spider Ball, Boost Ball, you were just out of the question, so far out of the route. Other than that, let's see. Early game, you both were running around Temple Grounds for the longest time, trying to figure out where to go. How did you feel when you stumbled upon Underground Tunnel?
Actually, I got kind of confused after I got Seekers because I just totally missed that we had the Torvis elevator. So I went back and did Hive Chamber B, and it wasn't anything, and I was like, what? So I spent like a minute looking around on my map before I realized. But then I was like, okay, there's 100% something in Underground Tunnel.
Yep, with Underground Tunnel holding your first would be in Cobalt, which immediately, that should have sent off a red flag. Then your Light Beam on Underground Tunnel to go through Torvis Grove, which had your Screw Attack to get your supers off of Med Vista, and in turn continue through the rest of Torvis.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. It was nice that the game just kind of gave us Dark Visor in Torvis as like a point. It's like basically just the Dark Visor was saying get out of Torvis, go to Aegon, which was pretty nice because you didn't have anything else you needed to do there.
No, you found all your big major items right off the bat, back to back. So it was heavily pushing you towards another area at that point.
Yeah,
Very
Dark
towards
Visor.
seed today.
Those suits were really nice because, like I said, I knew how to do Feeding Pit without Light Suit, and I also knew it needed Grav. But if it had worked out that like he finds Grav somewhere and I don't find the 2 suits, it could be rough. But they were all pretty like Accursed Lake is pretty chill because it's hinted, and then Aegon Energy is just super free.
Did we see where Grav was in the credits? I missed that one.
I'll have to take a look back at that.
While you do that, your SDKs, I guess we'll touch on those for a little bit. Your key hints weren't terrible at all. By the time both of you had your key information, you practically had everything you needed for all of them, outside of the boost ball for Sanct Temple access, and then Feeding Pit. But you stumbled across Light Suit fairly fast.
Yeah. I was glad to see Light Suit that early on. And I was just expecting to grab Sanct Temple access from out of bounds, because I know I want to get Cannonball if I'm going to do Spiderless Emperor too, and it's right along the way of the wall crawl, and I can just easily pick it up from out of bounds.
Oh, I hear you. So that
take a look. See, where's Grav? Grav was mine shaft.
yeah, you're probably never gonna. There's no incentive to go to that side of Aegon.
Yeah, I went right past it, but I was go mode anyways. So, no reason to do that check.
Well, I guess with that being said, at
Give it a lot
PC,
of-
anything you want to ask or touch up while we're still here?
Were there 2 translators
no, I
in
think
Dynamoworks?
Was there what now?
Oh, no, never mind.
We were-
Violet in Dungeon and Emerald was Dynamoworks. So I think
yeah, y'all were.
So Violet was locked behind Annihilator.
Dungeon isn't Annihilator locked.
No.
Oh, that's
Dungeon is the
okay.
light suit check
Yeah.
in Lower Torvis.
Yeah, and
Big
Dark
match.
Lord Orvis.
Okay, Dungeon must be the other side of it.
You're thinking of TTS.
Yeah, TTS is Annihilator locked. But that one's in Light Torvis.
Yeah, so overall, the game pretty much said you're not going to get this. You don't even think about it. Just have fun without them.
Yeah.
The only thing in Lower Torvis you really were looking for is under Transit 1 to get that STK, and there's a portal right there by Training Chamber you can use. So it worked out pretty hand in hand.
Yeah, routing those SDKs worked pretty seamlessly.
Seeing that the only way into or from Torvis to all of the Torvis elevators were randomized to Sank kind of really helped make that a lot more linear. You get the stuff you need in Lower Torvis, jump over to Sank, and then get the last 3 from there.
The only notable thing with the SDKs was I would have, if I could have, I would have just taken the elevator from, because I had to, at the point I was picking up Feeding Pit SDK, I knew that Aegon Portal Access must go to Sank Spider side. So I was thinking if you could take the Portal Access elevator, that'd be really nice. The problem is you then cannot take the Vault side elevator to get back to Lower Torvis. Normally you would be able to, but you can't do the reverse statue without Spider Ball, which was annoying. But other than that, it was pretty neat. And the workaround was just do it in the other direction by going to Sank before going to Torvis. Or going to Torvis before you go Sank.
And with that, PC, do you have anything you'd like to ask any of our 2 runs before we close off our program today?
No, I think we touched on everything. I know Pierre had to jump off, but big thanks to him for coming in and doing a great job on the tracking. I think that's everything I had.
Alrighty. Bruh, Nye, would either of you two like to say some final words for the viewers watching at home today?
I hate translator gates.
You've heard it here, folks. There's your quote for the month of July. Nope.
Only 27% items. Extremely low for a rando seed.
Well, with one such straightforward as this one, it was touch and go. But you both put up a great, wonderful, fantastic race. We all had a heck of a time watching the streamline. And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up our program here today. So thank you everyone for joining us at SpeedGaming for another Echoes race. Hope you had a good time as we did hosting it for you. If you're interested in more of these types of events, more than welcome to join us over at the Randomania and the Metroid Prime Discords. Links will be posted below once we get that bot working again. You can follow both runners on Twitch if you'd like to stay up to date with them. And other than that, tomorrow we have another event coming up tomorrow. Instead of Prime, we'll be having our Cross Game Cup tomorrow. 4 players, 2 teams of 2 going head to head. One on Prime, one on Echoes. Which team can beat both their games first? Well, you got to tune in tomorrow to find out. 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. And on that note, if no one has anything else to mention, we'll see everyone in the next mission. Take care.
See ya.